Right guys, it's start of season 5 of my career, a club series with Athletic Club York. We're only out to sign players born in Yorkshire or have come through the youth system. We are at the start of season 5. Transfers are plenty. We've got financial difficulties. We've also got a new tactic, a lot of things to discuss. We've got a league game as well against Yeovil Town to kick off the 2025-26 season. This season needs to be promotion.
We're proud to be Yorkshire. From North Sea to Cornwall, we call it all home. We're proud to be Yorkshire. From States to Totley, straight to Ripon and Motley. We're proud to be Yorkshire. From North Sea to Cornwall, we call it all home.
Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Athletic Club York. Start of season 5. Make sure you smash a like on today's video. That would be absolutely lovely. Let me know what you think to the transfers down below. We've had a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of stuff to go through. Let's get into it. All right, so on the outs, we've said goodbye to a fair few players. Jamie Hopcutt, York, Athletic Club York legend, has gone. 33 years old, he passed his best. Paul Digby, we got him just for a little bit short-term deal last season, has gone. Harrison Biggins wanted to leave the club. This is what I find really frustrating with Football Manager and how unrealistic it is. There's loads of clubs after him. He would have signed, bearing in mind, he was one of the best central midfielders in the league over the last 2 seasons, and he's still not found a club. Get it sorted, Football Manager. It's not as if this is an extended database. Really annoyed that we get these sort of players that have left the club and don't find other clubs. I've started to look at him and watch him. If a deal's not done, we may try and then pick him up later on in the year. Ryan Fallowfield has been released, our right back. He was on a lot of money, so it was good to get him gone. And another player who's gone out the door is Callum Semple. He was leaving on a free transfer. He wanted to go to a bigger club. Best centre-half in the Vanarama League last year, and he's not been able to find a club. There's loads of clubs after him. I just find it really, really unrealistic that a player of his level is still... The season kicks off today and he's not found a club. We'll keep watching him just in case a deal never materialises, but it's highly likely that he'll sign somewhere else. Okwali Okoro was a very good young goalkeeper, not found a club yet, but we've got loads of goalkeepers as we spoke about. Ian Seedon, one of my patrons on the channel. Unfortunately, Ian, you are not quite at the level, but I am really chuffed that you've actually found a club. You are an Irish under-18. You wanted to leave. I wanted to offer you a new deal because you're 6'4". I thought you could offer a little bit, but you wanted to leave and get some first-team football. Didn't have a great spell with Wexford last year, but we can still track your progress. Paul Crawford, another centre-forward who, at first when he burst onto the scene, I thought he was going to be pretty good, and he's just not materialised. When you've got a finishing of 14, a finishing of 4 and you're a striker, you're always going to struggle. And Lewis Black, one of my other patrons on the channel, I was quite impressed with him when he first came through, but another player that's just not quite kicked on as much as I'd hoped. Once again, you would expect these players to get picked up, but Football Manager has a habit of seeing these players disappear out of the game. All right, those were the players that have released. We've also seen George Wilson leave. Definitely was going to be no more than a backup. He was on a bit of a money as well, £800. He's kind of been a bit part of a player since, to be fair, 8 appearances, 24, 21, then 7. So, yeah, George has gone. And then a couple of youngsters have gone out on loan. In particular, there's 3 there, but we've also let Paul Columbani, who was my reserve team goalkeeper last year, we've let him go. The Gibraltar international has gone to Lincoln Red Imps of Gibraltar. All right, on the ins. First one is Dylan Motley Henry. He can play in a wide variety of different positions. I noticed he could run. He had pace. That's the only reason why I picked him up. He can do a fair few positions for us as well. We were thinking about doing 4-4-2. We're not doing a 4-4-2 no more. So he's going to be no more than a backup, but just offers a little bit of something if we need to change something halfway through the season. The big one, in terms of names, is Jack Marriott. He's on £3,100 a week. I thought we needed to sign a player, a name for you guys. The ex-Derby man, the ex-Peterborough man. A little bit weird. He didn't actually kick a ball. We signed him right at the end of last season. He didn't, obviously, he came in sort of like May, June time. He didn't play at all in the 24-25 season. So he's had a season off. But I think he's going to be pretty useful. We've got him on a 2-year deal, so something that we can manage. I think he'll be maybe a little bit of a bit part player. He's on the bit of decline, but it was a panic. I saw a name that we recognised, and I thought, bloody hell, let's get him in. And then one of the loanees probably is going to disappear. By the way, I love this, that he can do wing back, no problem. Left back, wing back, attacking midfield, but he can't do that. Really odd, but anyway. A player that we were looking at using if we were going to play with wingers. We've decided after a difficult pre-season in a few games that we've decided to go against using wingers. Pace 14, stamina 15, on loan from Barnsley. Born in Barnsley. Highly likely that probably in the next episode he will have disappeared and Barnsley will have called him back because we've not played him. Right back in, I needed a new right back in terms of backup. We're going with Mark Fairhurst as my first choice right back this season. He's really improving as a right back, now current 3-star, only 19 years old, so I really want to try and maximise him. We needed a backup. This guy, Lucas Hodgston's come in. Bradford Park Avenue, started at Leeds, then Hull, had a couple of decent seasons. Last 2 seasons in the Vanarama North, 11 assists and 7 assists for him. Nice and cheap, can do a job at right wing back, can do a job in central midfield as well. We've got other options we can play at right back, but a nice little solid right back to get us through and sort of like boost up the squad. I think that's what's needed when we sort of like play that Saturday rotation. Warren Burrell is another player that's just got purely as a backup, centre half. We lost Semple. This dude is a fantastic sub. Because we can only name 5 subs, it's mint to have someone like Warren Burrell. Comfortable at right back, comfortable at left back, comfortable at centre half, comfortable sat in the middle of back 4, which we're still using. We've still got a half back in our new tactic. So a decent signing, 35 years old, 1-year deal, likely to leave at the end of the season. But yeah, he's come from Harrogate, born in Sheffield. I thought it was a nice little pickup. Ethan Cashoza is another player in. He is born in Leeds, came through the Leeds system and Sunderland picked him up. I just picked him up because if we do go to wingers at some point, he's of an age as well where he's going to be potentially okay, decent enough pace, natural fitness, crossing 11. He can play right back, he can play left back. I don't think I'm going to use it in those positions, but will be a nice little sub to potentially bring off the bench once again if we need to change to a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-4. Jake Hull has come in, one of our bigger players, not just in terms of money, in terms of quality, but also in height. 6'6", pace of 10, but brilliant strength. Heading 13, marking 12, tackling 10, decent enough mentals. He's come from Wigan, played a few games in League One, a few League Two clubs were after him as well last season, so I'm pretty chuffed to get him in. 3.5 star, 4-star potential. And probably the biggest one is Hayden Hackney, released from Middlesbrough. We've tried to get him in numerous points on loan, and Middlesbrough have always said no. We want him to play at a higher standard. He ended up getting released. Crawley, who are our big promotion rivals, were chasing him. They wanted $2,000 a week. I just bumped it up to $2,500 because I think he has the potential to kick on. 4-star midfielder, can play in a variety of different positions as well for us, which is absolutely key. And then one of the bigger ones is a player who's actually come through the youth system. We got Jack Stott back on loan as well, which is obviously a good signing. 10 goals for him last season. But this guy's kind of improved and come from nowhere. Kenny Timubu, who was born in York, has come through the youth system and is looking like an exceptional young player. Only 18 years old, really decent physicals for his age. Heading 15, 12 tackling, 19 bravery, a really good, solid central midfielder. So really chuffed. Another youth academy prospect has come through and he's going to be playing for the club this season. George Mckay as well. He's sort of like the 3rd best keeper we've got at the club, but because we've let Paul Cullen-Barney go out on loan, it made sense to bring him through. So George, one of my patrons on the channel, might get a few sniffs in goal this season. And that's it. We've brought back Oakley Cannoneer as well, the youngster who was on loan at Woking last season. 17 goals in the Vanarama League. So it made sense to just give him back up. We are playing with 3 strikers. I didn't know what to do. I thought I need to play them all. I've just done a video on Arsenal Invincibles with an F9 and I liked how it roamed. And we need to get the best out of Thiago Green. He's constantly wanted. He was happy for about an hour. He said he no longer wants to go to Derby. I was just about to offer him another new deal, and then Ipswich came in and offered not a big fee, about $300,000, and now he wants to leave again. So really frustrating. But he's with us for the foreseeable 2027. We don't need to just worry about that. So we are going with this formation. It is a 4-3-3, halfback, 2 central midfielders. We're still rocking the Mazzala. We've got Thiago Green, Phillips, who scores a lot of goals, and obviously Marriott. Just for this season, we're just going to try and score our way out of the division. We're still going with the Bielsa tactic in terms of what things we're after in there. I may tweak as we go on. I've tweaked a few things. No more underlaps. Obviously, we want to encourage overlaps. We're going for it this season. We need to get out of this division. The main reason why is because of the finances. We're already £16,000 in debt. We lost £733,000 last year That is a lot of money. Our money that we kind of had in the club stored at the start of the save has now disappeared. So yeah, it's going to get to the point, I think, where a big bid comes in for Thiago Green. We're going to lose him. So this season, number one, we need to get out of the league. We need to get out of it. It's going to be difficult because there's big clubs in and around us. And at the same time, a cup run, third round FA Cup, drawing a big team would be absolutely brilliant just to help us with the finances. So we're really going to look at the FA Cup as well this season. All right, let's get the first game of the season done. It is Yeovil, who finished 10th last year. We'll probably have one of the bigger budgets as well in the league. So it'd be interesting to see how they get on. So potentially already a promotion 6-pointer. We are going to go with Timubu today, the youngster. Osterfield and Hackney in the midfield. Fairhurst, Hull, Downing and Robinson. I'm just going to give Robinson, tell you what, we're just going to put it up wing back. We'll go wing back support. Just get him a little bit higher. Burrell can be a sub. Reconza can be a sub. Cannoneer can be a sub. So we've got centre halves, midfielders. We're lucky that we've got Stott to come through as well. And we'll go with Koshosha, just in case we need to change the system a little bit. We can maybe go to a 4-4-2. I maybe need to get a 4-4-2 in training, just in case we need a change. I just find, because of the quality of the wide players and the lack of pace in a lot of these areas, that a 4-4-2 doesn't suit us. So the idea is that we work the play through the midfield and get these three, probably our three best players at the club, all up front together, all working together. Thiago Green dropping into that little hole, creating a little bit of space for Phillips and Marriott to dart into. That's the plan. That's the plan. Right, let's go. Let's see how we get on. We're also coming up against Nick Barmby. He left the club to go and manage Yeovil, one of my first team coaches. Right, so let me know for the transfers. It wasn't a spectacular one. It's always difficult, but I think as the squad is getting a little bit older, some of the young players are really coming through. I think we're in a better position than what we were last year. Hopefully Jack Marriott can be the name that drives the club forward this season. As Hull heads it over, we are missing Semple, we are missing Biggins, but Osterfield's coming to his own. Timubu, the youngster as well. We've still got Falkenham for a little bit of experience. So let me know your thoughts down below. Is this going to be our season? Right, 20 minutes into the game. Lofthouse, cross. Knowles is there and it's gone over the bar. We're safe, don't worry. I've been keeping an eye. We want to dominate the ball. We were up to 60% possession a lot of the pre-season games. We've had 3 different tactics in pre-season. We had a 4-4-1-1. We had a 3-4-1-2, and now we're rocking this. So we've not had a steady pre-season. I thought the 3-4-1-2 was going to be answered, and it wasn't. It absolutely wasn't. So we're going with this. In the last 2 pre-season games, it's looked really good. So fingers crossed. This is the season. This is the tactic. Front 3 are going to score goals, surely. Hackney on the Mazzala still. There's Phillips on the left-hand side of the 3. Tapping in, 1-0. Good start. We need... It has... top 3 has to be minimum. Getting through that first round of playoff games where we've lost in the quarters and the semis. We've had difficult away draws 3 days after games and stuff. We need to at least get top 3. Right, Marriott, he's in. He's not set the world alight in pre-season. I have moved him over to the right and moved Phillips to the left, just to see if we can get him scoring a little bit more on his favoured right foot. Fairhurst has done really well. Phillips is there. He's hit the bar and it's cleared. We still got it? No, we haven't. And obviously then Thiago Green, he's just dropping into the hole. The idea is that he gets on the ball, maybe drags out a centre half or 2, helps us out occasionally defensively, just with his starting position. We're still doing the BL, so man-to-man press, where we're literally pressing everybody. Everybody's a trigger press. Potentially we could maybe look at a 3-5-2 as a little bit of a backup for us as well. I think I may plug that in now. Similar sort of style, but just another tactic for us to move to when you're going through that tricky spell halfway through the season. Get them training so they're familiar with it, so when the time comes we need a little mid-season change or defence, just to make us defensive maybe a little bit stronger. We'll go with that. Right, we're coming towards the end of the game. It's not been an absolute thriller. Hackney is struggling, so let's get Hackney off. We'll go Hackney and Reconza into the midfield. We'll also go Cannoneer for Marriott, the youngster, just to give us a little bit of pace. I think he's got 12 pace, absolutely mental at this level. We've kind of done all right, 1.55 average XG. We could just we're getting that second goal. Stott. Cannoneer into the action straight away. Cleared. Hall steps in brilliantly. Timubu. Rizonka. Out to Fairhurst. Fairhurst has had a lot of ball in this game. Stopped. Cannoneer. Fairhurst. Thiago Green. And he's just headed it wide, boys. And there we go. 1-0 to start the season. We'll take it. That's probably going to be a big performance. Maybe a big 6-pointer potentially. I think we've deserved that. A win's a win. We'll take it to kick us off. Start of season 5 with Athletic Club York. Yorkshire nothing. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you smash a like on today's video. Let me know what you think to the transfers. Nothing amazing. But yeah, more importantly, let me know what you think to the tactic. We're going for it this year. Project promotion is an absolute must this season in Yorkshire nothing. Cheers, guys. Take care. See you later.